Welcome back to turn 3, 7:15 a.m. Of Antietam Glory 3 playthrough for the 160th anniversary of the Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg. Turn 3 here brings us to, as I said, 7:15. Now we do have one extra piece here that's going on here. We get to roll for additional AMs. I've done this off camera, and what basically happens here is if they roll greater than a 7 on a 1d10, they get an extra AM. If they roll 1 through 6, stay where they are. And then 0 actually subtracts an AM from the Union pool. And of course, when I roll the dice, I roll the 0. So the Union is actually going to have to remove 1, so they go from 3 to 2 AMs. On here in the game, so it's actually slowing down a little bit for the Union attack, and I'm tentatively calling this, Hooker's lull in the battle. So we'll see how it plays out here. I'm going to do the first half here, the first 5 AMs, and see how it turns out for us. We don't have any direct reinforcements this turn, but we will have Stuart's cavalry coming in here as well. This will be Hampton's division of cavalry coming in just to the south. Tip you down here so you can see. Right down here. They were supposed to come in last turn. They didn't. It's actually pretty good. That'll work out okay because that will allow Anderson to move and not get a traffic jam down on the lower half of the south side of Sharpsburg here. So those are the only reinforcements coming in. They're set up. The rest of them will be moving forward here. Now I did do the initiative also off camera. The Union again won the initiative, so they'll start off first. And we will start off with Hooker leading off here again. So with this, as I said, this is going to be kind of Hooker's lull. I think we're going to try to take advantage of kind of holding positions and recovering units rather than attacking too much. There may be some attacks, but it may be a little bit more limited in terms of what we do here. So let's start with Ricketts over here, because we do have the 12th Corps starting to advance around here. And I'm going to flip you over to the close-up camera so you can see what's going on. And there we go. And you can see over here we have 12th Corps moving up. So what I think I'm going to do with Ricketts is start to pull him back. But first we're going to do his artillery over here. So he's going to fire down the road, picking his target, which I think will be the guns, try to knock them off. So we'll have a little bit of a gun duel here. So Ricketts will be +2 long range, so it's going to be +2 0 modifiers. There's no terrain modifiers, so it'll just be a +2. So again, 9 is the number we need with a +2 on the dice. Roll 5 + 2 is 7. That doesn't get a hit. Okay, so now we move into the move and charge phase. Now, as I said, we're probably going to try to pull units back a little bit so that they can recover. So I think Duryea is going to go back here for 2. Just got to make sure he's in range. I didn't 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, these guys are out of range, so they can't attack anyway. So that's actually good. They can't move into other hexes, so he's kind of locked in here. He could move out, but he can't move away because these two are out of command. We'll remedy that shortly. And then I think we will move. We've got 2 batteries up there. I think we will move him back to there. And of course, both these guys will be a no rally because they moved, so we'll get some counters on them. So he's 1 to there. I think he'll go back again, 2 to there. And he'll have to stop at that point. But it kind of gets him out of the way from Gordon's unit there as well. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so they moved out. They're no rally, they're no rally. He could move forward, and I think he's going to. He's going to come over here and pivot like that. And then Ricketts himself, he's going to come over and join him over here. Okay, so that's it for Ricketts units. Okay, next, come over to Meade. Now Meade needs to do some serious rallying over here because both of these units are still disordered. His artillery is there. Not sure, actually he could fire over this way, which may not be a bad thing to try to disorder this unit here. So Meade's artillery is going to fire going this way. It will be a +3 for strength. He's at medium range. He's a medium, which at a range of 3 is 0, and no terrain modifiers. So it's going to be, needs a 9 with a +3. 3 + 3 is 6. Doesn't make it. Okay, so put that on there. So now movement. So he'll come back here, and he'll be a no rally. Let's just swing these over here because they're done. And actually he was done over here, so there's no rallying. Alright. And I think also he will, Seymour will take a step back. And hopefully we'll be able to rally on the next go around. So there we go. But we do have the other half of Seymour and Anderson to try to rally. Both are 5s. They need 5 or less. So Seymour A, he rallies. That's good. And then Anderson, he needs 5 or less. Rolls an 8. He doesn't get it. So we got 1 out of the 2. So the fired marker comes off, as well as the no rally. Okay, now we're on to Doubleday. Doubleday has a unit that needs to recover over here. He's in a precarious position because he's a little bit out front, and of course Meade has pulled back a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for him. But I think we'll start off with our artillery. Not going to be worth it. I'd rather have them focus on what's ahead of them. Okay, well, like I said, this is kind of a lull for him, so I am almost thinking that I want to have I'd like to have him here, but it's not going to work because he's going to have to move 2 to there, 4, 5, because he's moving out of another unit's hex. So that's not going to work very well. Okay, well, maybe we'll just fortify this by saying he'll come up here for 2 and stop. That'll kind of prevent them from maneuvering too much. And then, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. It's high ground too, isn't it? 6, 7. Actually, you just might leave him here and just move him up. This is covered by Meade's guns to some degree here as well. Let's see, he'll be 2, 3, and he'll be 2, and to there. Yeah, so I think that'll be it. And now just the recovery, a rally attempt by Hoffman up there. He needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 6, so he doesn't get it. All right, so that'll do it for Hooker. Next is going to be Jackson. All right, so Jackson's going to do something here. So with Jackson's units over here, let's see what we can mount for a counterattack to get moving. So we've got Lawton. He's pretty much in good order, I think, for the most part. Oh, there's one unit that needs to, but he can recover. Like to get some attack going over here. Now his guns can't see anything right now, but that's okay. Like to try to drive them back a little bit. Those are 7s, 7s, 7s. Okay. So he's a 5. There's 6. Needs a 4 over there. I don't think I have one that's recovered. No, not really. Oh yeah, here's one. So he could go 2 and then 3 into there. Okay, so Lawton's guns, they don't really have a shot at anybody. So we'll go straight to the movement. So we're going to take him and go 2, 3, and he'll go underneath him, like so. They'll both look to attack there. And then, yeah, it's not really going to do me any more good. Do anything else. We will leave. He's got to recover, so he's there. So these two guys, that's a good question. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. He couldn't get over there. Don't have enough. Don't have enough juice. Well, I think they'll just move up 1 hex into the woods, like so. And then the other one's gonna try to recover. Okay, so we have a combat over here. So Gibbon has a choice. He can either try to attack these units or this unit or both. He will get a +1 over here. He will get nothing over here because they're in the corn. So that'll take away his thing there. Now if he shoots at both, there's going to be 2 targets. So it's going to be -1, so it'll be 0 and a -1. And so he'll be 8 on there, and -1, yeah, be 8 on both hexes. I don't think we're going to do both, but I think they'll shoot. If he shoots straight ahead, he needs a 7. But the only modifier I don't think he gets any modifier because he's in the cornfield. Yes, he gets no modifier. So you need to roll a 7 just to knock out one of them. Yeah, I think that's what he'll do. So they'll fire against them. Needs a 7 or better. He does roll a 7. So early A is disrupted. So that knocks them out. But these guys can still attack. So it's going to be 7 against 5. Now he is on open ground, but he's up 1 level. So it's going to stay at a 1-to-1. Cohesions are the same, so there's no benefit there. And then terrain is a -1 for going uphill. All right, so this is going to be a tough one for the Confederates because they're going to have a -1. They need a 5 or higher. Roll a 0. Ugh, not good. -1. Attackers disorder and retreats. Additionally, a defender may advance in the vacated hex and countercharge. So these guys are both disordered, like so. And then they have to retreat. He's not gonna countercharge because that would be not good. If he advanced in there, because then he'd be surrounded essentially. All right, so they beat back that attack. And that was disappointing for the Confederates. So we've got one rally over here. Needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 6. Doesn't get it. All right, so now we've got. We'll switch over to Jones. And Jones has a tough position. He's got 2 units up here, which one... Oh, they're out of command now. So he can't move up. Darn it. That's not good. Now he's blocking them from moving up. Disappointing. Okay. Fire over here. We'll actually try to do that. So they're going to be a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Range of 4. Yeah, the same level. So it's +2. Range of 4 is a 0. So it's just going to be a +2. 9 with a +2. 6 plus 2 is 8. Not quite. So they've fired. And now for movement. Not quite sure what we want to do here. They could go straight ahead. That would be 1, 2, 3. They'd have to stop. Oh, wait a minute, that's artillery, sorry. Yeah, no, that's not that great. They've got a hold position. I don't like any of the choices with this. Yeah, Lawton's repulse really screwed up the timetable here. So I think that's going to be it for Jones. Next, we will go over to, actually we'll go to the reserve batteries, and they'll open fire. So these guys first will shoot straight ahead at Seymour. It's going to be a +3, no range modifier, so they need a 9 with a +3. 6 plus 3 is 9. Cohesion check on Seymour, he's a 6. Rolls a 9, so he double breaks, and he goes into the withdrawn box. So that's the first Union casualty. And they have fired. Now we have these guys over here. They're going to shoot at Seymour. 3 in the cornfield, so they're going to be another +3. They're short range, yeah, there's no modifiers, so 9 with a +3. Roll is 0, so that's nothing. The other guys over here, slightly off camera. I'll just roll them without changing the cameras around. They're going to fire at the reserve batteries that fired at them. So there'll be a 3. They're a long range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. +0. So it's going to be a 9 with a +3. Rolls a 12, which needs a cohesion check for the Union. They're 7. They roll a 5, so they're okay. Alright, getting back over In here, we do have another battery back here. They'll take another crack at Patrick over here. There'll be a 2. Yeah, and that'll be it, because there's no modifiers for range. So 9 plus 2. 5. That's a miss. Okay. So that's all the firing. I should say that's all the reserve units. So that takes care of them. So that was a bit profitable to get 1 unit of Meads off the board. And lastly, we have D.H. Hill's units over here. So we'll start with their artillery, which can now fire either here or here. I think he's going to go for Green's lead unit right there. It's a 1, 2, 3. He's a +1 long range, so it's just going to be a +1. So he needs a 9 with a +1. Rolls a 3, +1 is 4. So that doesn't do anything. We've got another hill battery over here. And actually, I need to shift you a little bit that way. There we go. He will shoot over to there. He'll be a +4. And that's it. Yep. He will be a +4. Actually, looking now, he's 2 levels. 1, 2. Yeah, he's 2 levels down, so he actually gets another one. +5 on him. So 9 is needed. 4 plus 5 is 9, so it's a cohesion check. Tyndale is 4. He rolls a 9, so he breaks. So the Confederate artillery is backing up the infantry quite well. So there we go. Okay, so now the next movement by Hill's units. Hill would like to counterattack, but just not in good positions. We've got, oh, and then we've got these guys back here, I forgot. He still needs to rally, but I need him to, actually need him to move up. So I think he will move up here, like so. He's gonna rally. He's gonna rally. He'd love to move, well, they can't move up, but they can move up behind him. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he needs to stay there. He can't get out of there. Okay, so if he goes by himself, that would be, oh, he's very bad. He's not going by himself. Yeah, I mean, he could attack, but if he, no, I don't think he can't. He cannot. He's got to hold off what's coming up here. So he won't attack either. He moved up, he moved up. No attacks. So we're going to do some rallies. We'll get Rhodes back here. Needs a 6 or less. He gets a 4. So he's back in good shape. That's who I need to come up, because he's got a good cohesion. And then the one under D.H. Hill right here. He rolls a 1. He should be good. Yep. So he's good. So those are the strikers there. So they're back in good shape. So that'll end Jackson's turn. So it's really is a lull so far. You know, they've had to recover, and of course, you know, losing an AM on the Union side is going to be a little bit tough here going forward. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so that's Jackson's first done. So let's go to the next one. Mansfield. Mansfield makes an appearance, and he's right here in front of me. So we've got Green and Williams to move. So let's see, artillery, we have over here with Ricketts, we have these guys. Fire at the guns here or try to knock him back here. You'd have to go that way. Yeah, I think he's going to try to fire at them over there. So he's 1, 2, 3. He's an L. So he's going to be a +4. He's an L, so there's no modifiers there. So it's going to be a 9. Needs a 9 with a +4 on the dice. Rolls 8 + 4 is 12. That's a cohesion test. Ripley BA is 6, so he needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 9, so he actually breaks or disorders. Okay. So that was a good shot on him. The other back guns, they're still moving, and there should be a third one. Oh yeah, they're still moving here as well. Okay, so that's going to be all the artillery. Now the move, actually these two guys are going to just move up, and then we're going to have 3 and 3. Yeah, he's got to go 1. I don't want him to be first. Alright, he's got to get out of the way. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he'll join him, but he's second, so he goes underneath. And then this artillery will come up here, and Williams will come up here. So, yeah, that'll be that. That's, okay. That's how we're going to do it. So it'll be one attack. It'll be Gordon against Ripley here. Defensive fire. They need a 6. Excuse me, need a 7 or higher. It is open ground, so it's a +1. Yes, it is open ground. Say +1. And he's disordered, so it's a 0. Terrain, he is up 1 level, which is no effect. Yep. Okay. So, needs a 7 or higher. Rolls a 0. So the attack is still on. Alright, that's good. So it's going to be 5 against 4. That's a 2 to 1. He's an open ground, but it's right on there, so it's not going to make a difference. Cohesions, unit is 1 better. So it's +2, +1 for the cohesion makes +3. The train is actually up 1 level, so it's a -1. So it's actually going to be a +2 on the dice, and need a 5 or better. 6 + 2 is 8, so that's a retreat and a cohesion test. So he has to go laterally here. Well, not laterally, but back this way. Now, here's the dilemma. Now the Confederates have to push back a unit, which I think is going to be him, Law. And when that happens, just put him over there, he needs to take a cohesion test, so he needs a 7 or less. Rolls a 5, so he's okay. And now he comes into here with a 5. He has a cohesion test of 5 to see if he breaks again. Rolls a 9. He does. Oh, that's not good. Because now he goes on. Oh, wait a minute. So, sorry. Back that up. So the defender retreats. Oh yeah, he gets a cohesion test. So he actually breaks again. So he's withdrawn. And it winds up like that. Now the advance by Gordon will be like that, facing the guns. Alright, so that was a good attack by Gordon. Making a little progress here, but I don't know how long that will last. Now on the other side of the coin here, we've got these disrupted units blocking the way. This is going to be a tough attack because this is, right here, is the famous sunken road. And we've got Anderson and Colquitt holding that edge. And now Green's units kind of back here. Let me actually just slightly reposition. So I'm thinking they don't want to get too stretched out. They want us to kind of stay out of range of this artillery. That's pretty deadly artillery there. So if anything, he's actually going to retreat. Actually, he's going to take a step to the side. He's going to retreat 1, 2, 3. So we can try to recover. He's going to come up, fill the line there. And he'll come up 1, 2 to there. And Green will be there as well. The artillery over here will go 2, 4, 6 to there. Because they're on a trail, and woods will cost 2 for trail. Now using strategic movement, of course. So that pretty much ends it for the 12th Corps, Mansfield's Corps. Okay, next chit coming out. We have to 3, do a couple more. Longstreet. So we get one of Longstreet's coming out. So we've had Hooker, Jackson, Mansfield, and Longstreet. Now Longstreet has several units coming up the board, and I think we'll start with those. And I'm going to switch over to the other camera. There we go. And let's start getting these reinforcements up here. We've got McLaws, and Anderson coming up, as well as Walker, who I think is in pretty good shape. Kemper, excuse me, not Kemper, but D.R. Jones. We may do something with him, and of course we have Hood back up here as well. So let's get McLaws coming up, because he's got some decent units here, and he's the farthest up. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put some there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 1, 2, 6. Let's get this right. There we go. And then these guys will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's about it. And then McLaws themselves will come up here. Okay, so he's getting into Sharpsburg, looking to provide some reinforcements. And then we've got Anderson, who I think is going to fill out the middle here, because I'm going to move Jones. So I'm actually going to move Jones first. So let me tip you up a little bit. Let's see, and sorry about that. I missed some of McLaws when I moved him into Sharpsburg. But I think what I'm going to do is move Jones over here to help provide some defense, or another line to Hill's units blocking over here. Most of his units are over here already, so it's not a big, I don't think it's a big shift. So we're going to start over here. Let's see, everybody's in range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're all around. All right. So he's going to go 1 to there and plug that little gap. And then actually Drayton will come up and stand with him. Oh, wait a minute. So that's actually 2 to go into there. So 1, 3, because that is the sunken road right there. And then, let's see, GT Anderson will come 1 into there, turn and go that way. Garnett will come over with him. That should be no big deal. 1, 3, I think. Then we are going to have definitely Toombs and Kemper move over here as well, and I think they'll just go 2, 3, 4, 5. That's strategic movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll be behind them like that. Alright, and then Jones will come over here as well. He'll stack in there. And his artillery will go 2, 3, or actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Face that way. Alright, so that sets him up. Weakens this a little bit, but Evans is still here for now. And like I said, we're going to get Anderson's troops positioned in here as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll get them in there for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we have it. So they're moved. Walker's in good positions. Evans is in a good position. We've got artillery covering here if the Union moved. Now it's just Law and what we want to do with him. So let's jump to the other camera and take a look at Law over here. So we've got, or Hood, I should say. So we've got Wolford, who needs to recover. We've got Law here, and we should have another one of Law's units around here someplace. Oh yeah, here he is. He's at Dunker Church. Right. So he's right there. He's got to hold that ground. So Hood's artillery, there's nothing really they can do, so they're not going to fire. The other Law unit, though, is going to move back in where he had to retreat from to support those guns there. He will not be attacking, of course. The other one will just stay where he is, and we'll try to get Wolford back in good order. So he's a 6, needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 1, so he's back in good shape. Excuse my arm, my reach. So now Hood's back in good shape. Okay, so I think that's it. Walker, Anderson, Laws. Oh, reserve artillery. Is there anything? We've got Longstreet's reserve artillery over here. Yeah, you can't really shoot at anything. He 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So range of 7. He could make it long range. Yeah, so 0 plus 4 on the dice roll. So actually, he's going to try for that artillery. Maybe it will knock him out. So he'll need a 9. It's a plus 4 for strength. So here we go. 4 plus 4 is 8. Just comes up short. It's a miss. So he's fired. He may be the only one, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, I just noticed that you're on the close-in camera, not on the big one. The shot that I just did, just to show you here, was just here, firing to here. A little bit of a gun duel here. They can't return fire, of course, because they are disordered. Okay. Yeah, and that'll be it. So that's our 4th shit. Do one more for this this segment, and this is going to be one of Stuart's cavalry. Okay, so we got Stuart cavalry over here. So that's the 5th one here. So we've got Stuart's cavalry up here, way up just off screen. Let me just tilt that up a little bit so you can see. Here we go, right up in there. And then there's also Stuart's cavalry coming in to the south there. So I think we'll start to the north here, and I'm going to switch over to the other camera. There we go. Just a little bit back. There we go. I should be able to see most of the units. Yeah, both top and bottom. A little bit tricky to get them both in there, but there they go. All right, they're not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot, but we'll start over here with Jones's artillery, which are still attached to Stuart. And they'll take a shot at Phelps over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's +0 there. Strength of 2. They need a 9 or +2. They miss. So Jones's artillery misses. And now we have potential movement. We've got Pelham's guns over here, which they're fine, but they may, well, not quite yet because there's nobody to cover them. They need to recover, and they need to recover. So they'll be recovering. They're in good shape to just kind of keep them tied down. So I think that takes care of everybody on the north side. So let's switch it to the south side for the reinforcements. Okay, so back over here we have Mumford covering this. Actually, he's going to take a step forward to get out of their way. And now we will have these guys coming in. So they get a total of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they'll just line up behind them like this. And that's going to be Hampton's brigade, cavalry brigade. Okay, so the last thing we have, let's switch back to Stuart in the north, is the recoveries, or attempted recoveries. So we'll take Fitzhugh Lee A over there. He needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 9, doesn't get it. Same thing over here. We've got Fitzhugh C, needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 1, so he's back in good shape. And we'll take that off. So he's in good order. Okay, and that'll be it. That'll be all for the for Stuart. So first half of this turn, like I said, is I'm calling this Hooker's lull. Both sides have kind of pulled back, pulling in reinforcements, try to recover units. I'll give you a wide angle shot here as well. Try to recover units, bringing more units onto the board, and really trying to keep the units fresh. Well, we do have. Well, no, we're not at the end of the turn yet. Sorry, I was going to say recovery, but that's not till the end of the turn, so we're not there quite yet. So, first half is done. Kind of recovered here a little bit. We'll go with the second half, the last 5 chits here, and see what those happen in the next video. So, thanks for sticking around and watching. We'll see you on the next one.